Welcome to the Does This Happen to You podcast, where we explore the funny side of truth is stranger than fiction stories. Our story this week is from Carol Lennox, who you'll find on medium.com. And here is, "At least my son didn't break Brad Pitt's chair. Not yet, anyway." My son is 6 feet 5 inches tall. I'm 5 feet 2 inches. Don't ask. I don't remember how I did it. He played basketball through college and does pickup games in LA and went home in Austin. He prefers Austin for games because guys have brought guns to outdoor pickup games in LA. Yes, that sentence sounds backwards, but facts are facts. He's tall, but not actually big. He's big as in he has the right amount of weight to be 6 foot 5 inches and not look like a hemp rope. He was a slightly chubby preteen, a skinny teen, and has now filled out nicely. He's in LA to be an actor, writer, editor, and producer. He's Moonlayer 360 on YouTube and TikTok and is quite the sensation, if I do say so myself. And I do. I'm not the only one. He has a gazillion followers on those platforms compared to my measly 4,600 on this platform. For a time in LA, he had an acting teacher. She is a legend and is amazing at drawing out the actor's deepest emotions, which are usually not the laughing emoji ones. In many ways, she is a therapist, likely the only one he'll ever have, as I'm a therapist, and maybe you know the old trope about the shoemaker's children having no shoes, or maybe the chairmaker's children having no chairs. He's a comedian. He can don a wig and an accent, act the complete fool on camera, and direct others to do ridiculous things, but ask him to cry or rage on cue, and it's like asking him to surrender the ball just as he's about to dunk. Not impossible, but not without an intense inner struggle. The acting class terrified him. Picture a 6 foot 5 inch former basketball player with turquoise dreadlocks shaking and trembling on stage while trying to emote. He no longer attends. His terror got the best of him. However, a connection remains. His teacher is the aunt of one of his best friends in LA, who in turn is the cousin of one of his teammates from college basketball. The skeins of our lives braid together in fascinating ways, like the finely woven seat and backing of a delicate chair. He didn't come home for Thanksgiving, and his friend invited him to Thanksgiving with her and her family. He said yes, and then found out dinner was to be in the home of his former acting teacher. He'd been scared of her when he was in the class. Now he feared she would be upset with him for leaving her class. He agonized all morning on Thanksgiving Day, even had a bit of liquid fortification before arriving. When he entered the dining room, he saw the teacher had seated him between her and her partner. So much for hiding or immersing himself in conversation with his friend and her fiancé. Besides, there aren't many places you can hide when you're 6 foot 5 inches and half black at a Jewish family Thanksgiving, or many family Thanksgivings, for that matter. As they were at dinner, his acting teacher was not only gracious, she was encouraging. She praised his comedic talent and told him not to worry about taking acting classes, but to concentrate on comedy and get his acting chops along the way, a la Jamie Foxx. I don't know if she compares him to Jamie Foxx, but I certainly do. The bottom line is, we both have faith in him, more perhaps than he has in himself. But isn't that true of all those with true talent? Maybe the praise and encouragement pumped him up too much, or perhaps his frame is simply too big for flimsy, delicate, furniture. When he leaned back in his dining room chair, it broke. He was horrified, apologized, and offered over and over to pay for the chair. She told him not to worry. "Please don't worry about it," she insisted. "Just go into the kitchen and get another chair." Relieved, he did. He brought in another chair, sat gingerly, and it held. "This is a nice chair," he politely complimented. "Thank you," she answered. "Brad Pitt gave it to me." Thank all the acting gods in Hollywood that one didn't break. Thanks for listening. I'm Chris Kepler, and I hope you enjoyed listening to these stories as much as I enjoyed narrating them. I'd love for more people to hear these wonderful stories, so please share and tell your friends.